Hello and welcome back to a brand new Player 2 Plays. My name is Paul James. This is the first one I'm doing in quite some time. I'm finally in the new house. It means I can get back to some capture. It means I can get back to some insider. I can get back to doing a whole bunch of other bits and pieces. But I have this awesome new house along the way. I can get back to drinking beers on our recordings, and I can start playing SteamWorld Quest for you in this new episode. So, as you can see, I'm about 11 and a half hours in so far. I believe there's about 16 to 18 chapters in the game, so I'm roughly, give or take, about halfway through the game. SteamWorld Quest is a card-based
Chapter 9.
Combat RPG.
Back to school.
Set in the same SteamWorld universe that has seen us see the releases of SteamWorld Dig, SteamWorld Dig 2, SteamWorld Heist, SteamWorld Tower Defense, going all the way back to the DSiWare. I believe that was about 2010, give or take. The SteamWorld games have just incredible personality to them, and I am in love with them. I've loved what I was very slow to get onto Tower Defense, and it's something that one of these days I'll get back to properly. But I fell in love with the games with Dig. Heist came out, that was incredible as well. Dig 2 came out, that's the most recent release up until the release of SteamWorld Quest. And I just love everything that Image & Form has done with this franchise. So when they announced this, I was really hesitant because card-based combat is not a thing that I've been at all interested in for a long, long time. So I was pretty anxious about it and thought, okay, this might be the first SteamWorld game that I just can't get into because it's not playing in my wheelhouse. But it turns out, 9 chapters in, really, really enjoying it. And you'll see why once we get through this bit of dialogue here. Obviously, there's the personality. You'll see me be able to flick between our different heroes here. You can see, so we've got Amelie, Copernica, Galileo, and Auric. We've got our different decks that we can manage here. So I've got a whole range of different cards that I can take into combat with me. I am playing this on the Switch. As of the time of recording, the game is only available on the Switch. If the game comes to PS4, I will rebuy or hopefully get a code from Image & Form, and will then replay for trophies, of course. And because I'm really enjoying the game so far. So you've got the different decks for all the different characters there. Looks like Auric's got something new. There we go, whatever Stone Lion does. You can see a little description at the bottom there, but we can also then... Oh, no. We'll discard that change. You can get a little bit more information. You can see there, pressing the minus button on the left Joy-Con, a few card details that talks to you a little bit more about what it does. It's not one that I'm going to take with me into combat here. I've got a deck between all 4 characters that I'm pretty happy with at this point. Doesn't need too much of a tweak. Galileo is the really defensive. He's, well, not defensive. You can still pack a fair punch, but he's a healer. He, if you can call a robot a he. But I'm trying to offset that with Copernica's defensive skills, which you'll see shortly. Alright, what's going on here? One of these days I'd love to see Image & Form deliver with some voice acting. The writing's always really great. If they can get some actors to come in, get some voice work that really fits the characters they've created, it can really enhance the writing even further, I feel. Alright, where's an enemy? You can see our mini-map in the bottom right corner there. We've got a few different options. We can firstly continue to the right. We could go upstairs, downstairs. We'll go upstairs. We'll work from left to right here. Here we go. There's an enemy. Nothing down here. If you can get the first strike in, very JRPG-like here. If you can get the first strike in, it does take a little bit of damage off your opponent before the encounter even begins. So you can see the different cards that I've got available here. And the color coding matches with the different characters, so you can see the sword-based ones there, and Bravado over here as well. They're all Amelie's different abilities, and I'm actually going to string those together. But you can see Copernica's more magic or mage-based skills, and then we've got Raging Demon and another Copernica-based one here. If you can combine, so you can use up to 3 different cards at once, but if you can combine 3 of them from the same person at the same time, you get a bonus 4th one, which you'll see here. So I'm going to use Bravado, which enhances her ability. It's a little strength buff. Heroic Strike. I'm going to take out this dude because they blow up. And then Brave Buster, which already on its own does about 401 damage, ignoring any defensive buffs or resistances or whatever, which will get bumped up from the Bravado. And you can see that Lacerate's just been added on the end there, which is going to create, essentially, think of it as like a poison damage. The robot version of poison damage. See, 401 did 547. Now, all of a sudden, severely weakened. He's going to harden his defense. Doesn't matter. He's still going to take that 84 damage. Ideally, you want to be able to stack those 3 cards together at the same time. That may not always be the case, just depending on what you've got. If you have something that you don't like, so say, for example, this is maybe not the best time to model it. Let's say we don't want... We might get rid of... because I'm not going to be able to use... You can see in the top right corner of each of those cards the gear with the number in it. So the top right corner there is talking about how many of these gear cogs across the top of the screen here that I need to have in order to actually be able to use that skill. So I'll get 1 for using Electrolyze here. But then I'd use 1 for Creeping Cold, which all of a sudden means I can't use another Copernica skill that's currently available. So maybe I want to find something different. Well, that's where I act on this. Now, in this particular case, I'm actually going to use both of Auric's skills, and then I don't really want Raging Demon. I want to keep Creeping Cold, so I'm going to toss out, and you can do this twice per turn. If it's a card you don't want, you just return it to the deck, you press and hold X. There's another Electrolyze. That actually works for me better. I might actually go with the Electrolyzers now. Stack, and then you can see Copernica's Barrier Field, which is actually going to enhance, give us a little shield essentially. That'll protect us from a bit of damage going forward. I may not kill him here, but I'll take the... But he did have a weakness, which is handy. Now the barrier goes up for everyone. On her own, she can also create a barrier for an individual. But if you can string those 3 techniques of hers together, so there's the mana barrier, the individual one now. If you can string those 3 together, well then that's going to be extremely beneficial to you going forward. So let's mess around with Auric, because he's got about 4 of the same card currently available. So I'm going to toss a few of them out, because I can still use 2 and then string together the Inspiring Grace at the end, and we'll see where that goes. And now you'll see Rain of Blades. And again, we've still got that barrier up. I believe it lasts for about 2 turns in the case of Copernica. But you can see that the enemies here, they actually have a bit of a resistance to the blades. And they're trying to lower my shield. But no damage is coming to any of my characters at the moment. When those little blue bars that you can see in the top right corner are depleted, then the difference will be knocked off my health, and then I'll start to lose health as per usual from that point onwards. So it's not necessarily a bad idea to just replace it whenever you can. So I'll use a Mariner Barrier on Auric, and then I'll use the Searing Lash, Flame Pillar. I can still... What? What is happening here? I've never had this before. Why am I able to play an extra card? Well, let's get rid of Raging Demon and see what I can get. Didn't work out. I would have loved to have... Why am I... This is the first time this has ever happened before, where I'm getting an extra attack Normally it is 3 plus the bonus, but I'm getting an extra one here in the end. May as well take advantage of it. Whether that's a bug or something deliberate that's just escaped me, I don't know, but... So everyone's shields just go back up a little bit. Oryx would be at his max now, I would imagine. And thankfully they target him where his defense is now incredibly high. I'm happy about that. Here we go. See, here's a fairly hefty attack. I'm going to use Bravado. I'm going to use the Heroic Strike. And then I'm going to use Cleave. And the unique thing about Cleave versus the other one, which initially dealt the same amount of damage as any left excess. So say the... what is it? Ectilian Glow, whatever it is. If he's got 50 health and then I take him out, the remaining 351 damage will come off his mate. So I want to get his health as low as possible and then just unleash everything on his friend, lacerate, and we're already well on our way to taking this guy out. There we go, so the excess carried across, and then we'll lacerate, so that the health starts depleting. So there's a lot of strategy to this, and the ability to stack these techniques is really, really smartly designed and well considered, and it's something that it really works. Being able to toss only 2 cards in any given turn out of a stack of, I think it's 24 in total, is wise, balanced, just right, that you still, the odds are still against you getting a card that you actually want. You might want to get one that's beneficial, but it may not be the one you want. Yeah. This particular one, the Cyclone Slash, you can see that it's got X up the top there. I'm going to bring up the details for this because this is a unique one where the number of attacks that you can make is dictated to by the number of cogs you have. So here's 2 additional times for each cog spent. Now, it's going to use whatever I've got left. I don't get a say in that. So how you use it, when you use it, is still important. You don't want to have that thing completely full and then use it on a weak enemy. But it's all just part of the things that you consider while you're playing. Hopefully the job's finished off here. Rain of Blades will do it. There we go. XP, we get currency. There's not many opportunities. It's at the beginning of each level that you actually get an opportunity to spend your currency. But wander around, similar to what I've just done here. Try and find these little collectibles. There is a little percentage gauge given to you at the end of each level. It tells you whether you collected or what percentage of the loot within the level you collected. Because there's cards there that you can only get from wandering around and discovering them. And then you can add them to your deck and whatever. Oh, got my preemptive strike timing off. Right. So we'll go with a Copernic. No. See, this is a sort of hand that doesn't really, at present, doesn't give me much to work with. I only have 2 of Amelie's techniques, and one of them's Cleave, which I don't have the cogs to actually use, so I'm going to toss that. Brave Buster, we're getting there, but I still don't have. And then I've got 1 for Auric, and I've got 3 for Copernica. But again, I'm going to get 1 cog, spend 1, and then have, like, I'm going to toss that, see if I can get something. There we go, it worked out. And Creeping Cold, they have a weakness too, so. Boom. And then we put the shields up. Protecting that health whenever I can, because I don't have a healer in my party at the moment. And I can switch that between encounters, but it's something you have to be careful about and consider properly. So Brave Buster, unlike Cleave that you saw before, it does just raw damage. There's no catches. I just don't know if I'm going to quite get the job done here. No. And the painful thing about these guys is that with every turn, they build pressure and then they come and explode. So I want to keep that barrier up. Because when the time comes, and it's not this turn, it's the next one, they will ruin my day. I'm going to toss that away because I don't want to burn up my cogs right now. You don't have to use every card, by the way. You can elect to just use what you've selected and that's it. And maybe that's because you didn't get the hand you wanted, or you tossed away 2 and it didn't work out for you. There's depth to this that I really, really appreciate. So I didn't get much that's of any use here at all. And I can't toss it away. I could kill this dude though and have 1 less to deal with, which is probably advisable, but I'm just going to leave it at that. I'll use those 2 cards. Will it? Yeah, it'll do it. Oh no! Oh no, but that's right, Lacerate will do the job. There we go. So he's about to pop, as it just said down the bottom there. So this is where I want to use all of Copernicus' skills here to ensure that I take as little damage as possible. I'm going to use this on Auric because health's already taken a bit of a knock. Fire Pillar's not going to do much. He does have a resistance, but it's fine. It's damage, and the shields will go up. And Auric gets to double dip a little bit. It's the one with the least health naturally. Look at that. That was a hiding. So, self-destruct, but it hurts. Now, there's a risk-reward to this stuff. So you can go and you can kind of grind through all this if you like. And it's a totally valid technique. Enemies respawn whenever you return to a save point. Your health gets replenished, but enemies return. So you can kind of grind if you need. It gives you the scope to do that if that's what you want to do, if that's your playstyle. And you'll find that you might need to grind from time to time. Something written on the chalkboard, it says important. Mega Zucchini. Sasquatch. Most of the game is just kind of gibberish here. They're going for their own little bits of humour, and it's the occasional lines that just get a bit of a chuckle. The story is largely irrelevant. Amelie wants to get into this local kind of heroes guild, and they're so stupid and so ignorant to the fact, like they get captured, but then when Amelie comes to capture them, because she's not gone through some sort of rescuing guidebook process, they don't want to get rescued. So they just kind of, no, we'll just linger here in our cells, even though you've opened them up and we could totally get away and it'll all be fine. It's like there's some stupid humour in there. Alright, what else have we got? Is there anything else down here? There's lots of little secrets often tucked away. That's those extra cards or whatever. Here we go. Here's a new enemy. I feel like there's something down there. Alright. Oh, I stuffed up again. I don't really know what I'm in for, but the 2 fire pillars are not of any use to me at all. So I'm going to toss 1. Oh, now I've got to... Let's just toss that and see what else I get. Not going to get much out of it, but whatever. It allows me to string the combo and get Rain of Blades again. So we got a bit of Copernica stuff here. So we'll get the defenses up. Didn't mean to put it on Armely though. It's a really cool game. Obviously slower than other SteamWorld games, just due to the nature of what the experience is, but no less interesting, no less engaging, no less riveting. I'm really enjoying my time with the game. Now they're shrouded in smoke here, so it does reduce my accuracy and ability to land a hit, but I'm going to have to give it a go. There's no point wasting a turn. That's a good start. Come on. Yes. And then lacerate, come on. I shouldn't have hit 3 in a row then. That was very, very lucky. And also, she's taken a bit of a hiding. So this is where I can enact a different skill. So by pressing the plus button on the Joy-Con, recovery items, I've got a few different recovery items I can use here. Repair vials and potions, which will restore different amounts of health. There's ointments for different ailments, so they'll rid you of different ailments you've been afflicted with. I've only got the 1 repair vial at the moment. But I'm gonna have to use one at this point, and that does count as one of the 3 cards you use for that turn. Oh, hang on. I could use the ointment. That'd be a bit easier. But yeah, that's one of my cards for the turn, so I'm not really going to be able to string anything together that's overly impressive, so I'm just going to smack him around and keep Copernica's skills until next turn. That's right, at least he targeted someone that wasn't. There we go. Alright. Let's get this job done. Oh, I just got over the line in the end. I was lucky that I got the critical hit there. Now, is there anything I can interact with? Smash this down, get a bit of gold. Another teleport point, and you can actually see this map in the corner here. So it looks like there's a secret of some sort. But I didn't realize that that's what I was gonna get. Come on. Okay, so I can only go up or down. I want to go down because there's a chest in there. Well, it seems to be anyway. But then when I come back, I'll jump in the red one. A couple of revive kits. I'll take this opportunity to use the repair vial. You don't get that many healing items unless you buy them. Now, do I go left? Because it seems like a hallway to nothing, but let's knock out these books. Nothing else. Let's hang a left, and then if need be, we'll bounce back. So what's the go with this scarecrow dude? Or does it mean I've gone the wrong way and it's taking me back? Righto. And then up, and then right, and down. There we go, so there's a save point. So now I'm realising that I just wasted those repair potions. But anyway, see, all nearby enemies will respawn. Do we want to proceed? Yes. We'll go down. And we've got ourselves our boss for the level here. Presumably. I have fought and beaten this dragon before. And it was not easy. Yep. Found a navigator prism. Yeah, the story of SteamWorld Quest, if there's one criticism I've got, is the story feels less personal than the other games. I think because it's a little bit more outlandish, a little bit more fantasy. I think they just want the bosses and the enemies to do all the talking for you. The stories, at least to this point anyway, is just not quite as gripping as other games from the franchise. Am I fighting this other dragon? Yes, I am. Alright, boss time. Let's hope that I don't stuff it up. Alright, so we don't have much to work with. Surprise, surprise. Get rid of Raging Demon, because that doesn't do much for me. That still doesn't do that much for me. And that... I mean, I have to use that to get another thing, but then I still can't... Get rid of Inspiring Grace. Yes. Right, Bravado. Heroic Strike. Brave Buster. Look at that health. Though, to be fair, I'm about to knock probably a fifth of it off him. Sorry, 10% off him. And Lacerate helps. But that's a fair strike. Advantage. Lacerate works every time they have make a move of any sort. Now, I wonder what weaknesses this guy has. View detailed information. So I probably want to use something fire-based. So Fire Pillar will do the job. Searing Lash will work as well. Actually, I'm going to use that. I'm going to bank the cogs for now. It's early in the battle, so I want to stack those and be ready to protect myself if I need to. Or go a little bit harder if I need to. Oh. Yeah, that's right. That'd be right. And we get a whole bunch of relevant moves. But the plus side, I just got 3 fire pillars, 3 fire-based attacks. I'm going to stack them and rebuff. This has been a very good start to the match, but looks like he's about to use an ultimate technique. Good thing I buffed the shields up. He's halfway there already. Just a tick under. Everyone's conscious, which is nice. So you can actually see, if you pay attention to Cyclone Slash at the bottom there, currently it's 35 by 6 strikes. I use one, add an extra cog, 35 by 8. Add another one, 35 by 10. The one catch is, though, I use this and it uses all of those cogs. Plus Rain of Blades at the end. I'm going to strike him 14, 15, 16 times. I think it's worth it. Especially given that Amelie is at the moment blinded. That was a very successful turn. Just don't hit Copernic. Ooh, that's rough. I'm blinded, but I'm not. That's not to say that I'll miss. It'll just reduce my chances of striking. So let's, because you can see that. Oh. Now, the problem is my big ugly head's in the way here. I can't actually see how much damage has been taken. So, bear with me. I'm not actually going to move myself much, I don't think. 455. That's right. Still got plenty of health. Then we'll cop it this round. We'll take a few swings and see if it pays off. To maybe at the very least lacerate again. Fingers crossed, everyone. I just want to hit with lacerate. Just let me hit with lacerate. Probably wasn't a worthwhile move in the end then. And now we're all blinded. But Copernicus is awake again. Oh, that was a waste of a turn. And he has a resistance to it anyway. It's damage, I guess. Or I could strike him 12 times. I might go with the 12 strikes and just have an assortment of different attacks. If I'm going to do it, now's the time, because he's only got one cog at the moment. That means maybe Bravado's not the right move. No, I may as well buff my attack. Get the shield going on Auric. Yeah, that might be the best move for now. Because it's not to say that I won't hit several times out of 12. Twice out of 12, though. Wasn't worth it. And I've got really nothing. This was a failed turn. Hang on, let's play it safe here. Let's use some recovery items. Let's get everyone up and running again. I can hear the cat in the background. I want to smack him. Making far too much noise. Sorry if you can hear the cat in the background here. Come on. Still nothing at present that's really useful. I don't want Raging Demon. It's a waste of my time. There we go. I'm gonna disturb the cat. Alright. We're getting there, but that was a big step backwards in the last couple turns. Yeah, immune, but I don't care. Just allows me to use the technique. Alright. Now we're in a better position. What I would love, though... May as well try my chances, because Auric's kind of useless while blind like this. May as well get Lacerate going. If I can't stack my fire moves, I may as well get a Lacerate going. And then hopefully I can finish the job next turn. Though, being blinded doesn't help. How is she alive still? I feel like she's taken a hiding. Let's cross our fingers and hope this gets the job done. Yes. Cash. different elements there, which I'll show you the shop beginning of the next level, or return to an old level and show you the shop. Oh, sorry. These little guys have been kind of popping up in the background on several occasions. This is the most we've had anything to do with them to this point in the game. Oh, they're new party members. Righto. Well, I think at this point I need to get Galio into the team because he's starting to get a little bit under level. So does that mean this level's not yet over? I suppose we've still got that one other doorway that we didn't, or that one other pathway that we didn't go through. That's a paddling. Each of these different chapters is typically ranged between about half an hour to an hour in length. I obviously have no idea what's going to happen here. This is our first time venturing through this level. But typically they're in that half hour to an hour long range. And obviously that's dictated to a little bit by your proficiency, your level, your ability in combat, and a little bit of luck. I feel like there's got to be more secrets than just that one that I got before. There we go, finally a preemptive strike. So you can actually see that despite being a healer, Galio actually has some significantly powerful attacks, but they all require a fair bit of powering up. Got to take advantage of those weaknesses. These guys hate ice. And a counter. The cat again. He's got this little friend. It's a little cat. We called it friend. And when those two are together, he's just a pain in the ass. See, there's Mend. That is Galio's little saving grace technique. Whoever you like to want to heal, it'll heal them. But I'm not going to utilize those for the moment. That's what I wanted. My god. Sure enough, his little toy cat's hanging out of his mouth. Come on, kill this prick. Didn't get the job done. Ugh. Having the counter is handy, but now we've got two folks afflicted with the hotspot. And not much to work with at the moment. We'll use Mend on Amelie, because Amelie's taken a bit of a hiding so far. Hopefully Water Jet should still do the job. There we go. That's that. We've all been hit with this thing now. Ah, Super Soaker, good. Still don't have that much to work with. That might work out better. Yeah, this will finish the job. Done. There's our shop. So you can see at this different opportunity, we've got the opportunity to buy and sell different gear, so I can get some more repair potions and repair vials, etc., etc. That includes new weapons, which I might look to try and take advantage of because I haven't upgraded my stuff in quite some time. I'm going to take the serrated longsword because it doubles my strength perk and it allows me to keep lacerate, which I love lacerate. So we'll buy that. Yes. And then we'll sell the old one. But I mean, buying gear like that just severely depleted my 20 a piece. I've got 85 of them though. That's maybe just 20 of those. There we go. The stocks are back up again. So what else would we benefit from? I want to keep barrier fields, so might have to check. Might have to check that because it's not suggesting that there's any improvement coming to anything there. So I keep water jet. That's fine. Yep. Oh, I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose Rain of Blades. Let me quickly check. Equipment for Copernica. Magic 15%. Yeah, I definitely want to keep barrier fields, so that's... There we go. Decisions made. Let's sell some gear that we're no longer using. So you can see with the different resources that we've got there, there's a cost, a financial cost as well. But the different crafting materials that I've got there allow me to craft some new cards. I can also upgrade some others, ones that are kind of in my wheelhouse that I use fairly regularly. So Brave Buster, for example, I'm going to bump that up a little bit. Double Edge, I should probably give a bit of thought to. Oh, but it comes at the cost of health. Well, not of the mind. That's worth it then. Out Book Bash, I don't use anymore. Searing Lash, I could potentially upgrade. Doesn't appear to be doing anything unless it. Oh, now it leaves a burn. So that's alright then. I've missed a card apparently. There we are. So quick fix is an option. Costs me a little bit less. Heals and cures different ailments. That's a handy handy one. And then I've got these new guys who I don't know anything about yet. It's an interesting pairing. But we'll look to see what we can craft. I may not use any of these right now. I've mostly spent my time buying Copernicus ones just to have that elemental edge. There's nothing really that's doing it for me right now, so I might just leave that as is, just bank a little bit more. I wonder if there's a... So I've got the choice to go up or right. We'll go up. We'll go upstairs. There was a chest hidden there. There we go. So what does that do? Oh, that's a handy one. There we go. Oh, damn it! Got that timing wrong again. Oh, and we've got an elemental dude here. Alright. So, what have we got available to us? Not much. Fire Pillar's basically useless at the moment. 2 bravados. Oh, what an appalling turn. I've got to take out these bombs because they're the ones that'll just destroy me, potentially. I mean, look at Copernicus' health already. She's got next to nothing going on for her anyway. She's confused. This doesn't bode well. This is... I'm having a rough time of it here. I might have to just push through, make sure I get the protection that I need, and hope that it all works. That's not going well. Oh, at least that got all 3 of us. I don't think I'll be able to take 2 bomb blasts. Because I've got... I may as well just beat up this guy because they're gonna unleash on me any moment. Yeah, I think I've just got to concede that I might lose someone here or whatever. I need Copernica to get the right moves next turn. Oh dear, this is not good. She's back. Gigaton punches, about as useless as you could possibly ask for. Everyone, cross your fingers. We need another Copernica skill here. We don't need Wrecking Ball. Oh, yes! There we go. Alright, let's get that buff going. I still don't know that we're going to survive this. Maybe Amelie will, but that's about it. Here we go. Boom. One survivor. Wow. Let's a good thing that the game gave me those revive kits before, huh? Oh, didn't mean to do that. That's just... we're not attacking this turn. Oh. Nope, that's no use. Not does that really, but I'd say that the damage dealt might be worth it. Still took an almighty hammering there. I'm going to use Bravado, and then I'm going to have to use Heroic Strike because Fire Pillar will actually restore health. That was a brutal encounter. Just got the shop. I guess I should probably restock on some healing items. Not much I can do really, but that should at least hold me in good stead for a little while yet. Some stairs. Before the end, they will most likely give me a save point. Let's look at this map. So I need to get to the bottom left, but I'll go down first. I was expecting something more. That's not what... Ah, there we are. So now, I want to work my way to the top right, essentially. Up and right is the general goal here. I want to go right again, not before smashing up these books. So right, up, right, up. Sweet. Sleep's not a fantastic acquisition, but whatever. Okay, so now I need to work my way back. Left, left, and down. And then right. Now. Down, down, right, right. Beautiful. Now give me a save point. You can restore all the enemies you want, it doesn't matter. Oh, shit. Finally, those preemptive strikes. I've been stuffing them up. That's a good first move. Super Soaker and Water Jet. And watch, because Super Soaker like reduce their resistance to water ice-based damage, and then I hit him with water jet. That didn't go as expected. Maybe there's a natural resistance still. Still not graced by a ton of health yet, but we're getting there. That's handy. But who do I want to give that to? Everyone's pretty weak. But I may as well give it to the person who I know could heal me later on. One down. Oh, and he's burnt too, so he's going to take some damage. Handy. Alright, this will get the job done. And we'll be spared from taking too big a beating. Because there's a lot of resistances there, but physical resistance is not one of them. Critical just guarantees it. Oh, 7 to... Wow. Give me that when it counts. Everyone's leveled up. Still, nothing to the health there. We'll just take our time and really scope everything out. There we go. For a moment I thought about using a healing item again, and I'm glad I didn't. But that just means a boss is here. No, I missed. Did I land that? I didn't. Oh. Wait, who'd you hit? Actually, which is the one that just... Oh, whatever. It's a good start. That's a really good start. That was a lot of damage we could have just taken then. Let's think this through. Wrecking Ball's not one I want right now. There we go. That should do the job. That should kill the dud. That'll get our health, our shields up, and inflict a bit of damage on both these two. One of them being weak. Now we're in the box seat. Hopefully minimising the amount of damage taken across the board. Fire damage like that's not ideal. Right, Bravado. Heroic Strike. Brave Buster. With Lacerate. Should result in this guy being dead. Very close to him. No, dead. And then Lacerate him. And we're looking pretty schmick. You can be as smoky as you like, mate. Now we'll just pick you off. Am I going to take fire damage with every attack here, though? No. And then hit him with the water jet, please. Yes. Surely. Surely. There we go, it's over. This is taking much longer than I'd expected. We've got an hour. Oh. Ah! Alright, we've got a water weak guy in the back right corner, bottom right corner here. It's something I want to take advantage of. But I just don't quite have the abilities for it at the moment. Cleave's useless right now. So is Brave Buster. It's just not a good first round in the end. That's alright though, the weakness has kicked in. I just would have liked to have had a barrier up there. Alright. There's not enough there with bravado or without it to kill off one of those goons. Going after this guy at the moment. There's our barrier. Come on, hit. It's random. It hit the wrong one. It was unfortunate, but... Just that bit harder to hit now. Gotta go for him. Gotta give myself a chance. At least to lacerate or... yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. Yes, one down. Wasn't the best turn in the world, but they're moisturising for no good reason at the moment, so whatever. How do I do this? Maybe I see what else I could rustle up. Yeah, good decision. We'll buff for a turn. It's worth it. I might miss every attack, but whatever. Great. Just don't hit Armley. Yeah, hit Armley. Of course you did. Alright. Now we're back in the box seat though. 1, 2, and then let's absolutely poleaxe. Actually, now this is something that I need to consider. Because you can see in the next to the damage dealt there, you can see Armley's little head. It's like a combo thing, if I recall. We'll just have to see how this goes. I can't remember exactly how it's supposed to work. There we go. Bit of extra damage. roll through this. Surely the final boss is what's next, because this is insane at the moment. Oh. Whew. One, two, three. They've got the resistance, but when I string the combos together, it's worthwhile. There we go, let's finish this. That critical helps, guarantee it. This guy gone so long, I'm going to finish my beer before I actually get a chance to sign off. No more enemies, thank you. Bunch of books, giving me nothing. Upstairs. By the time I'm gonna go, what's the book? No, come on, what is the book? Pride and Alchemists. Oh, right. Must be another save point coming. We're going through a bit of a gauntlet at the moment. There we go. Got that preemptive strike. Very handy. We're going against some fire-based guys here. The one that's just going to dish out physical damage every time I hit him with that, so I'll have to pick on his mate. This shouldn't, thankfully, be too stressful an encounter, though. Hotspot I still don't enjoy, though. They give me all these fire-based ones. It's useless to me. Mostly. All I could do there. Oh, the cat's going off again. Alright. We're very, very limited to what we can do here. So we're just gonna... We'll just wail on him and knock out health as quickly as possible. That's proportional to the amount of damage that I deal. It's not ideal at all. But I can't use... This will finish the job, but I've got to take a bit of damage along the way. I hate those guys because I'm so limited to what I can do. Copernica is really the only one that can impact without taking a beating along the way, but then when I get a whole bunch of fire-based magics, she kind of becomes useless. And all of a sudden, I become fairly useless. We're going to get barked some sort of command. Apprehended on site with 104's team necessary. Classy. Cool. Put you back in the cage. Yeah, sure. Mysterious. Just. Oh. Glad I continue to the right here. Glass cannon. Raises Copernicus' magic by 3 grades but lowers all of her defenses by 2 grades for 3 turns. Oh, I'm not using that. Alright, this is a nice easy one as well. And I've got Brave Buster. Just need to get another useful technique. Right, let's at least commit the resource appropriately and then batten down the hatches maybe for later. I thought that might kill him. Not quite. There's enough time here to still impact. Bang. 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 We're in a good place again. It's going to be tight, but we're in a good place again. May as well bolster those defenses. Oh. One hit will do the job. I'm not going to flirt with it though. I'll make sure the job's done and done properly. There we go. Cool. How far do we have to go? This is the longest level I've encountered in this game by a long, long way. We've got a player 2 plays. It's gone for 73 minutes as at this point. This is getting crazy. This is insane. I'm being tested significantly here. Oh, good. And then... who do I want to take out? Probably take this guy out of the front. Well, work towards doing that. Critical is always handy. I should have actually gone for the back right. Hotspot is a pain in the ass. And I'm not blessed with a lot at the moment. Why can't she use that? She's disabled. Alright. That was enough. Jeez, it was wise to look after Galileo then. 1, 2, 3. Finish. Would have liked to use on both, but to guarantee that the job got done for one. We're all coming up Millhouse at the moment, though we're just limping through. Whew. I can't take much more of this. I'm not going to make it at the current rate. This has got to be the end. Righto. Oh, that's the end of... No final boss. The dragon in the middle was the final boss, and it was just meant to stretch us at the end there. Well, that concludes this Player 2 Plays then. That was Chapter 9 of Act 2 of SteamWorld Quest. I hope you enjoyed it. It was much longer than I expected, but I really enjoyed it. It was quite challenging. I think you could probably see some of the stress on my face there at different points. When I wasn't getting the hands I wanted, even when I shuffled a few things, it still wasn't giving me the hands I needed. Things were getting really tight. I was using items that I wouldn't ordinarily use at times that I wouldn't ordinarily use them, but I kind of needed to. If you've enjoyed this episode, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing. All those buttons are down the bottom here, and hit that notification bell that we alerted to a whole bunch of episodes on the YouTube channel of this, Patched, The Insider, a whole bunch more. There's some awesome stuff there. I haven't done this in a while, I've just gone blank, but please hit the subscribe button, go and check out all the awesome content that's on the YouTube channel. Visit the website, player2.net.au, where you'll find reviews, previews, opinion pieces, news, features, the Player 2 Writers Draft, links to our podcast series, Dev Diary, which is my baby, and I'm loving it. Go and check out. There's some awesome interviews with some of the most talented developers in the industry, and the Player 2 Pixelcast. There's also Patreon, patreon.com/player2au. Kick in a few bucks. At the higher tiers, you get early access to episodes. And at the higher tiers, you get monthly episode exclusives. Finally, you've got Twitter. You've got me at Paul James Games, the website at Player2au, and until next time, that has been SteamWorld Quest. Hope you enjoyed it. It was a long one. Thanks a lot for watching. Cheers.